Danstan Omari, CS Matian'gi's lead lawyer, tonight, on Wednesday night, while speaking in Matian'gi's compound, said that former President Uhuru Kenyatta directed him to rush to court and seek anticipatory bail for all the former cabinet secretaries. Of course, the lawyer is making that statement to shield the other members of the cabinet. So I'm wondering, did someone want to arrest all of them, or what's going on now? Power is transient, and something that has been constant here is there are people that had been pushing really narrative on the wall that Uhuru fleeced the country, or rather there was a bit of rampant corruption and things did not go, or rather, let me just say, there have been a lot of blame currency on the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta. And what would the arrest of Matian'gi signal is an attempt to maybe plot to make sure that you expose them or Uhuru Kenyatta's handlers as men that did not do the right thing. However, I want to say this. I made this as observation that when they attended Magoha's event with former President Uhuru Kenyatta, they regrouped, and the whole of cabinet was there, and perhaps it was creating a bit of us versus them. You know, we have had a discussion, and as now the Magoha's funeral takes now center stage, I once analyzed that the demise of Magoha presented an opportunity to Kenyans to make a comparison between them and us. And at Magoha's funeral, just like the way it happened at his home here, if people that worked with Uhuru Kenyatta were to be given chance to speak, they will speak about their time. The same time to these people who are here, they will speak about what is going on here. With now the man who was at the helm of the education being at the center of it. So this has to be given keen interest. And I don't know whether President had reports, according to what Danstan Omari is saying, that all his cabinet members were going to face the same fate. You know, himself is a bit shielded. Is shielded because hata nimeona akona shield kwa sababu nimeona hata the president has approved, although it's not a favor, it's in the constitution, his retirement benefits that he's supposed to start enjoying. I think they are now being put in the budget. The claims of Uhuru Kenyatta funding Azimio rallies could have been sent also peddled against the Matian'gis. The Matian'gis could also have been called into this on who is funding what, and so it can come. What I don't understand is this: as a man who was, as a CS was in government, and I remember there have been a lot of stories, you know, by Tumbi. If you check Tumbi's tweets, I don't want to magnify what has been said about Matian'gi. They will still execute that plan without making it dramatic at night, giving it the dramatic angle at night. They can execute it well. Even to arrest him, ngoja hata akitoka kwa hiyo nini uchukue airport, you know, it can still work. But the dramatic scenes around it really makes me wonder whether that is really the intention. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that there is a plot to make sure that these fellas are dragged to court. And they're really going to, and I'll tell you why this could be a good strategy to maybe wapeleka chini kidogo ili watu wanyamaze bwana. It's highly possible. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also like our video. I want to make the passionate appeal about the small fundraiser that we're doing. I started it on 7th. I'm supposed to end it on for 5 days. So today is date 8. So I started on 6th. It's supposed to end on 11th. So that's the next 3 days, just to boost a bit. I'm a bit overwhelmed on some bill, and I believe that I can receive it. That's why I've pinned my number there. Now, I want to tell you why these guys are being dragged to court. Number one, the litigation costs are going to drain their pockets. Lawyers are going to line. You know, when you saw Dan Sandomari saying we've lined up 200 lawyers, I'm told they are 20, not 200. I was just exaggerating. According to what I've seen in the Star, there are 20 lawyers that have been lined up. Maybe they know very well, and they know very well that these guys have money, and some of these cases are going to be just set out here to make sure that the litigation costs are well spent. And by the way, you might see it, not even them going to be jailed or anything, but it has to do with a way to just detonate them, you know. That's what politics is. Sometimes we just detonate people. So it will drain their pockets. As to whether it's going to be covered by them or there are people that really supported them, it's something that we're going to see. Now, if Matian'gi is arrested and taken to court, all the cameras are going to look at that. And I want you to imagine, I've seen the lawyer saying they will escort him to the nearest police station to record a statement, and there is something going on. I'm wondering, kwani hawajui anything, or they're just telling us? Kwani hajakuwa charged popote? No, I'm wondering whether that is whether we should believe what the lawyers are saying. So this will subject it to some bit of some vilification in public. You know, it's already going on in social media. People are trying to data mine and get clips of last time when he was in government and then try to ridicule him. But even one of these things, dragging them to court, would actually put them to public ridicule and vilification. You know, it's just a bit of some embarrassment that they're supposed to be put into. I suppose that KK team might actually bring Matian'gi to boardroom. Yes. You know, we have seen President raiding the Jubilee political party, raiding ODM, and yes, successfully he has got some significant number of MPs, all the 30 Jubilees, wow, Amenda Water. ODM we've seen publicly, those who have not declared, but those who have been seen publicly trying to be warming up around 9, maybe others are yet to. What tells you that could be, he's also trying to win back those who might have worked with Uhuru Kenyatta. In Uhuru Kenyatta's cabinet, only two were retained. That is Monica Juma and Chelugui. But the others, like Matian'gi, has a lot of support. I've always said that you can doubt Matian'gi on anything, but in terms of competency and delivery, he's one of the best. So even if he was to go and seek an elective seat in Nyamira, I can tell you, it was not going to be a very easy. It's not going to be a difficult ride for him. He can really make a point for himself. So this would negotiate them before you know. Some, apart from now, who have even worked with Uhuru Kenyatta's at Uhuru Kenyatta's cabinet, might even cross over. Someone was telling me a wild word that the likes of Matian'gi's, some of these cases might be dangled and be in court here and there at the opportune time when maybe they want to seek an elective seat. These cases can be can be used to hang them, and and not even to allow them to seek elective seats. Because one thing I can tell you is people are looking for political power. I was reading one of the newspapers that was showing that Joho is planning to vie as a senator in Mombasa in 2027. And Matian'gi was plotting also for a seat back in Kisii in 2027. So some of these cases, or rather that if they are going to be dragged on court, is also a fodder to do some serious revisit on some of these leaders. Now, could it also border on Raila Odinga's rallies, in the sense that after the narrative came out that, look here, Uhuru was sponsoring Raila for these rallies here and there, could there be also an element of question that nataka kujua kama hata wewe pia unafund, or there is also being alleged to be funding also. It's a bit of it. Remember, Raila was at that place. Someone, I checked a tweet, and I want to finish with that tweet that was saying that the UDA team are just trying to provoke the Azimio wing so that they see to what extent it can move. Can that new MDD, that movement that was formed to defend democracy, swing into action? Can they lead, or do they? Because he has realized that Raila is doing a lot of speeches, and by the way, people are talking about, don't do it about punguza hiyo maneno ya rallies, tuone we put up the actions. So they're also trying to provoke and see to what extent can Raila go. Even with the new formation that he has, even with the new movement, what do you think it can do? Can they provoke it so that if it's exposed to maybe protect this, they can use that to audit and know what exactly is Raila up to. So ladies and gentlemen, that's my take. Uhuru is telling Danstan Omari that protect members of my cabinet. I don't know how many. Maybe it has just started with the Matian'gi. Who is next?